Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Before we get started, let me do a brief check-in just to make sure we have everybody we think we're supposed to have. Let's start up top with Rebecca Barris.
Hi,
Hi, and who are you representing today?
I represent part of 966 Pavilion.
Okay. So part of the app with the applicant or the
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. And then I have Sarah Kleiner.
Hello.
Hi, and who are you representing today?
I'm here on behalf of 966 Pavilion.
Okay. All right, and I see that I have Miss A House from the planning department.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. I have someone labeled as iPhone 5.
I'm going to speak in case that's me, but it has a name for Allison.
Nope, that I have you as a name. So Allison, what's your last name?
Connor, Conner?
Okay, and who are you representing today?
966 Pavilion.
All right. And I have also a Matthew Connor.
Hi, yep. I am representing 966 Pavilion as well, one of the owners.
Okay. All right, and I still have a iPhone 5. I'm going to ask you to unmute so that we can see who you might be.
Okay, I guess I'm iPhone 5.
That is you.
My name's Margaret Dunn,
Mhm.
and I'm also representing 966 Pavilion Street. I'm one of the owners.
Okay, thank you. All right, let me do a brief introduction and we can go ahead and get started. This is the July 2nd, 2025 date of session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. My name is Ashton Tucker. I will be serving as your hearing examiner for the city of Cincinnati, and I will be presiding over this hearing. The case before us today is ZH20250059 in regards to the property at 966 Pavilion Street. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any other parties to testify and offer any evidence that they would like. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any other party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. If you intend to testify today, I do need your cameras on and for you to be unmuted. Again, all testimony and evidence that an applicant or any other party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant or the applicant's agents will first present the applicant's case. And if the public were here, the public would have an opportunity to speak. Next, I'll have the planning department that produced the staff report give any testimony they think is necessary. If anybody offers any testimony in opposition, the applicant will have an opportunity to respond to that. I will then give everyone an opportunity to make a closing statement, but I will give the applicant the final word. After all presentations have been made, I'll close out this hearing. And then decisions can be expected within 2 to 3 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of this application. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or to make any comments. In the event of any technical difficulties, I will do my best to troubleshoot those. If it is beyond my ability to troubleshoot these situations, I will probably continue or postpone this hearing at my discretion. All right, all persons providing testimony today must be sworn in. If you could raise your right hands. And make sure you're off mute. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I
I
do.
do.
I do.
All right. Well, who from the applicant side would like to start?
I can start as I am the one who put the application together.
All right.
Um,
And what would you like me to know about this project? Can you just give me like sort of an idea of what we're doing?
Sure, very briefly, they have a balcony up the back of their unit currently. It's a second floor situation, and it is the main, really only access to one of the units, and that is in structural disrepair. The design of the structure is no longer considered applicable or acceptable. And so it can't be rebuilt the way that it is currently built. So that puts them in a situation where they need to rebuild the structure, and to do so directly down in the same footprint that they have today would put the structure in the middle of a parking space that they currently enjoy. So they have two parking spaces off of the side street. And by extending that deck out in order to put columns down in between those two parking spaces, they can maintain their parking. In doing so, that puts them into the rear yard setback. So we are asking for a variance for that setback.
Fair enough.
And I believe that affects the side yard setback as well.
Side yard. All right. So I'll just go one by one. We'll start with Miss Barris. Is that how that's pronounced?
Yes.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
Those parking spots add value to our units, and they were part of why I bought my unit, and I know partly why Allison bought hers. So they do add value to our units, which is partly why we're trying so hard to keep them. And also, I guess I'll add, I'm the unit that can't even get into my place without this getting done. I have to go onto that deck every time to get into my unit, and that deck really must be replaced in order for it to be done safely. So I would like to have this happen ideally.
Fair enough. All right. We'll move over to Miss Dunn.
Yes, I'm a member of the condo association. None of this really affects my unit, but I'm totally in support of the HOA and what they're attempting to accomplish with this.
Okay. And we'll move over to Allison Connor.
Yes, yeah. This has been a long running project. We've drafted and revised the actual plans to fix this egress. Over the past 6 years, it's been multiple times. We have had to get several approvals from engineers, architects, and then of course we're 5 owners, so everybody has to agree and afford the project that we propose. So at this time, this is our best bet option going forward. The zoning variance is our hope that it all works out, but we've been trying very hard, and this is our best solution, and quite honestly, our remaining solution moving forward. So we're really in support of it, and we've talked to our neighbors, and all of our surrounding immediate neighbors are also in support in favor of us moving forward.
And Mr. Connor.
I have actually nothing to add. Yep. Thank you.
Fair enough. All right, we'll move over to the planning department. Ms. Ahouse, what would you like me to know about this?
Yes, Trey Sheldon's staff report really captures our analysis of the proposal. We are recommending approval of the zoning relief requested. We've made the finding that there are special circumstances to the site in that the existing condition does not meet the setbacks, and you could not rebuild a deck while meeting the required setbacks on this property. Additionally, as the applicant has noted, the original construction method of the decks was unique, and the structural issues result in a new construction structure type being necessary to replace them. We find that the applicant would have unreasonable and practical difficulties to maintain both off-street parking and decks with the needed structural design of the proposed decks. We also have made a finding that non-conforming rear and corner side setbacks are a substantial property right enjoyed by others in the vicinity of this property. So overall, it meets the standards of review to grant the variances.
All right, and we'll move into a round of closing remarks. Anything in closing, Ms. Ahouse, before I turn it back over to the applicants?
Nothing for me.
Okay. All right, and I'll just call on you one by one since there's a few people here. So, well, final comments from Ms. Kleiner.
I just want to reiterate some of what the owners said, that this is the only access that's really unable to be used currently. And it is a substantial right that they have the parking, and of course, access to her unit. So, and they have worked very hard for over a year to try and find the right solution that makes sense for everybody. So I'm glad to see that the commissioners in favor of granting the variance.
All right, Ms. Barris.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate that, yeah, getting into my unit currently is an issue. And so, yeah, getting this clearance and getting this done, and like I said, having that parking stay intact will definitely help us a lot. So if we can have that happen, that would be great.
All right, Ms. Dunn.
Yes, this is something that's been hanging over our heads now for years, and this is the closest we've been. And we're really all just kind of worn out with the process. The timely approval of this would be very, very much appreciated.
Okay. Ms. Connor.
Yes, I mean, I think it goes without saying I'm at Cincinnati Children's right now on a Zoom call because this is very important to me. I would not miss it, and I absolutely support and in favor. Nothing else to add. Thank you.
Okay. And Mr. Connor.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything said so far. This project is really standing in the way of many other things happening for everyone, especially Rebecca, being able to get into her unit, and just maintaining overall safety for all the residents is a big priority for us as owners. So that's all I really have to add at this moment.
All right, so I am going to close the hearing here. What I can let you know is that I do intend to approve this application. I do have to formalize that in a written decision, so it may take 2 to 3 weeks for you to get that written decision, but it will be sent to everybody on this call right now. But I will approve the application. I think it's kind of crazy that that's the only way you're able to get in and out of your home, to say the least. But yes, that's what's going to happen, and you can expect a written decision within 2 to 3 weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We can go ahead and close out this hearing. I appreciate everybody's testimony and attention today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very, very much.
Thanks again.